We're going in depth tonight as the pandemic enters its third year. Americans becoming less concerned with COVID and more concerned with another issue.
We're talking about finances. In a new AP NORC poll, only 37% of those polled named management of the coronavirus pandemic as one of the top 5 priorities the government should work on. That's compared to 53% at this time last year. Instead, 68% mentioned the economy in some form. That's the same as last year, but a lot more people mentioned inflation as one of those concerns. 14% compared to 1% in the previous poll. Consumer prices rose 6.8% from November of 2020 and November of 2021.
And just this morning, the Federal Reserve Chairman addressed rising prices. Jerome Powell testified before Congress. According to Yahoo Finance, he said both rising demand and supply chain issues are contributing to that high inflation. Powell didn't rule out raising interest rates, which could curb demand by making it too expensive to borrow money. Those problems are hitting all of us, but they're delaying the dream for people building their dream homes.
As News 5's Caroline Sweeney found out, shortages are leaving builders without many of the items needed to finish the products.
Despite the below freezing weather, the work is still going on for a series of townhomes south of Crocker Park.
Yeah, we're actually going to start listing the 2 that we have over here. One's our model here in about 2 weeks.
Ed Pavisik's family business is building, and the pandemic's impact on the industry is like nothing he's seen before.
You have to plan way ahead now.
The last 2 years have seen an explosion in the housing market and now deeply felt impacts of broken links in the supply chain, from lumber.
It's actually just jumped back up again.
To garage doors.
And in the past, you could order garage doors and get them in about 5 to 6 weeks.
Now he has to order them months before a project starts. Everything is taking longer and costing more. Some of those added costs are going to consumers. He wants to get people into affordable homes, but now
homes that were $380,000 are now $520,000.
That increase is the opposite of what people like Pavisik and industry experts want.
Yeah, I mean, the ultimate goal is to drive down the cost.
Jay Chan is an associate professor in operations and supply chain management at Cleveland State University. He knows exactly how things around the world should run and what's happening now that there are issues.
Sometimes we just have to be compromising with what we have.
For builders like Pavisik, who work with clients who want homes that reflect their style, compromise isn't always in the equation. So people are willing to wait and pay more for what they want. He knows it won't last forever. Pavisik hopes a balance will come soon, but
I hope we don't have a correction where it's going to cause problems for the housing industry.
He says getting open positions filled would also help his timeline. Pavisik has jobs for project managers and carpenters open. In Cleveland, Caroline Sweeney, News 5.
And in fact, the federal government has been working to ease supply chain issues.
Just today, Pete Buttigieg, the transportation secretary, was at the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach. He met with port leaders about how they're working to ease bottlenecks in the supply chain.